talking about Cardano ADA, and the possibility is still there for technology with such a high total supply. We've seen it before. I mean, obviously these things have happened before. So when you think about the possibility of a Cardano type technology being worth even upwards to like $1 and so forth, I mean, these possibilities really do exist. And we have seen this sort of activity happening. I think when it comes to the technology, in particular Cardano, there's definitely a lot of variables that are coming into alignment when it comes to just looking at how Cardano has managed to develop in such a short amount of time. There is a lot to be said in that regard. Now, currently we are seeing, I mean, obviously 391, not the brightest day in respect to the streak that we were seeing as it was happening. I mean, the movement downwards and so forth, but it is all part of the game. It's important to keep the faith in the technologies that we've invested ourselves in. And when it comes to Cardano, it's really no different. Definitely one of those cryptocurrencies that's got my attention moving forward. I'm definitely really excited to be seeing the different things that'll be happening in regards to Cardano. And in this video, we're going to be talking about them. We're going to be going into detail regarding Cardano and the different possibilities that are made available in respect to this technology, and a lot of the different developments that are happening in cryptocurrency in the space in general when it comes to the community, and seeing the different developments that are made available respectively with the various different levels of society that have been adapting to cryptocurrency. And Cardano is really doing a good job positioning themselves in a really key strategic way that's going to position themselves when it comes to mass adoption. I think that Cardano is really with the different developments that have been happening in regards to the app and so forth. I was reading through this article right here, which I found really interesting, and I would recommend everybody go and check out this content right here, because I mean, 10 million mobile to offline transactions. The strategic partnership integrates ADA token into Meta apps plus mobile marketing and mobile payments platform. I mean, it's definitely worth checking out. I mean, I'm not just going to sit here and read the article when I know everybody can go and do this for themselves, but it is interesting to see. I mean, from obviously May 9th, it is interesting to see these different developments as they've been moving forward and really expanding themselves. And when it comes to the different technologies that I see just on the list of cryptocurrencies right here, I mean, I look at obviously we have Bitcoin is at the #1 position, and then of course Ethereum. And I mean, obviously today we're seeing a lot of red across the board. We're seeing a lot of I mean, and it's a lot. I mean, it's obviously, like I said, I mean, it's important to maintain confidence when it comes to cryptocurrencies and so forth. And I mean, me personally, I'm willing to, I see this as a sale. I mean, obviously this whole content is just me delivering my opinion. But of course, it is a lot to be said. There are people who panic when this happens. I mean, every single time. It might seem redundant, but everybody has that same basically universal cryptocurrency experience, and it's not just for people who are only beginning to be introduced to these technologies and so forth. It really happens to everybody. So I mean, seeing every single technology taking a hit like this isn't necessarily representative of one. I wouldn't fault any particular technology in and of themselves for where they are. I mean, it seems like this is happening. I mean, when one thing happens, it's almost a domino effect, and there's a lot to be said in that regard, just seeing how these things tend to spread. So when something happens to Bitcoin, it's regardless of basically when the market, that's how the market works. I mean, it's like anybody who pays attention to the stock market and so forth like that, you really can understand that sort of variable. But Yeah, but when it comes to Cardano, I would definitely say, Bitcoin was certainly the first generation of cryptocurrencies, with basically the introduction of digital gold. Essentially, the idea of cryptocurrencies as a method of it was really a revolutionary concept of having cryptocurrencies be the a placeholder for value and so forth, and the concept of moving your value from one wallet, which would be like fiat currency, into another wallet, which would be like a digital currency wallet. And this is really the concept where the public consciousness is currently evolving and starting to realize the different elements of cryptocurrency and so forth. And when it comes to Ethereum, I would definitely say Ethereum would be the smart contracts revolution when it comes to cryptocurrency, evolving along that same spectrum. And then of course it brings me to Cardano ADA, which is really a interesting technology because it seeks to do pretty much everything that's already been established across the public consciousness. So it's interesting in that regard to see the developments as they've managed to manifest themselves up until this point. Now, looking at the various different news articles regarding Cardano, it is a lot to be said. It is interesting to be seeing a lot of the different people. I mean, obviously when it comes to these news articles, I always take them with a grain of salt, and I would say everybody should, when you see any sort of mainstream article, they're mostly just trying to get clickbait. They're just trying to interest people into clicking on the news for whatever reason. But obviously I see these news articles as an interesting indicator of the public consciousness. In that regard, I think Cardano definitely has a strong something good going for it. And of course, yeah, my friend Kick is 10 and everybody, I'm not your dad. Obviously I could see people in the chat, but yeah, I mean, it is, but like I was saying, when it comes to Cardano, I'm definitely really excited to be seeing the different developments that are coming along the way. And like I said, it's more of a slow burn when it comes to Cardano. They do have a lot of different, they have a lot of things laid out for them in the long term. And it seems, and Cardano is really managed. I mean, if you think about what people were talking about 1 year ago, people weren't really, it wasn't anywhere near the same world that we're living in currently when it comes to cryptocurrency. It's important for people to realize how much this space is developed, and how social media and everybody talking about cryptocurrencies has really developed and moved the space into the climate that it is currently. So I definitely say that when it comes to Cardano, they've definitely risen in terms of the public consciousness, and it is definitely interesting to see the different things that have been happening. And of course, I'm not logged into my Twitter, but like I was saying, I would say everybody should go and follow Cardano on their official Twitter. That is a really good resource when it comes to staying up to date regarding these technologies and so forth. And of course, I'm going to recommend that everybody go and follow me on my Twitter, of course, as well. And remember, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. And obviously this is not financial advice. I'm not your dad, of course, you guys already know that. But yeah, I mean, all that being said, I mean, it is really interesting to see how the community has been responding to this recent activity, across the board. So yeah, I'm definitely, and like I said, I am including a link to my Twitter down in the description below. That link is at CryptoTuber. So if you guys are interested in connecting with me on Twitter and so forth, the link is right down there. And yeah, like I said, obviously this is not any kind of financial advice. This is just me. I mean, you guys already are pretty woke when it comes to that concept, but I'm basically just sharing my opinion. And I'm also always interested in hearing your opinion when it comes to these technologies as well. I mean, my opinion on Cardano is really positive, because I've done my research when it comes to this technology, and that's also another reason why I'd recommend everybody go and do your own research. But I'm actually going to be including a link to this video by DustyBC, and I'm actually going to just plop this URL down in the description. So if anybody's interested in learning more, this URL, this video right here, I think it'll help contribute to the conversation that's currently been happening. And I think that it's important for everybody to have share their opinions and so forth when it comes to these technologies. And I think that's one of the strong points that we have on this channel. We've really managed to grow the community on here because we listen to everybody's opinion and really learn as much as possible when it comes to cryptocurrency, because when it comes to this space, knowledge is power. And you guys already know. And yeah, so all that being said, I hope you've enjoyed this content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.